Now, for more than 10 years, Westlife reigned supreme as one of the biggest selling boy bands in the UK. Then last year they broke up and gave their final farewell concert in June in their homeland, Ireland.
Well, what have they been up to since then? Well, for lead singer Shane Filan, he went solo after the split and he's just released his debut solo album. We had a chance to catch up with him to talk about it, plus about his life after Westlife.
It's it's weird, you know. I think after the band split, we all kind of took nearly a year to kind of just, I suppose, get our heads together and find out where I wanted to go. But singing for me was always going to be what I wanted to do, and I got to spend the last kind of 7 or 8 months making an album, and it's basically released now. So it's it's been an exciting journey. You know, I got to spend a lot of time recording it and stuff, and got to write songs for the first time and stuff. So that kind of, I suppose, eased me into the whole process of being on your own. I had a bit of time to get used to it.
But I'm still thinking, how was it for you? Because you're still doing what you used to do, and you had your pals with you, but now you're doing it alone. I mean, it's a stark contrast, different.
It is,
right?
yeah, it is. It's a little bit weird, and you have to get used to it. You know, you're used to seeing the couch full, and you'll be squeezing onto the couch, but now I have the whole couch. So it's but it's new and it's very exciting for me. You know, this is the first week, obviously, of my whole kind of album promotion and stuff. This is my first trip to Singapore, and I'm actually, like, this is my second trip actually back to Asia as a solo artist. So it's a place I'm going to be coming to quite a lot. So it's really exciting.
Are you finding that being solo in that sense, it's a bit different? And this album, I guess, because again, making this album all by yourself, I'm sure that was quite different as well.
It was very different, yeah, because we're used to obviously being in the studio together and stuff. But, you know, for me, I got to write songs for the first time. I got to take my time and make an album and spend 6 months making an album. And that was a new process, but a very enjoyable process. And I think it just gave me time to get used to everything. I had a lot of time to think about stuff, and it's you know, it's great. I'm very excited about it. I'm very proud of the album. It's getting a great response so far. So,
was it liberating in a sense because you have total control now of what you want and how you want to produce it? I
think so, yeah. I think that was definitely the biggest bonus. You know, I got to, I suppose, my record company really encouraged me to find a sound as well as find songs, and it was amazing. I got to go to Nashville and stuff and record music over there, and that was pretty incredible, you know.
So let me ask you, how do you sound now as a solo artist versus, you know, the Shane that we know from Westlife?
I think it's slightly different. The music is more it's pop music, but it's kind of country folk pop music. So my voice is probably, you know, there's a lot of kind of happier, very positive, upbeat songs on there, but there's still some ballads on there and stuff as well. So you know, it's what I love to do. I love singing ballads too, but I wanted to make a very kind of upbeat, positive album, and I feel like this is a lot more probably upbeat than maybe Westlife.
Okay, so a bit of a happy album in that sense.
It's a very happy album, yeah. I think lyrically it's quite, you know, it's quite positive. It's a lot, like, all the songs are kind of true stories about my wife and my relationship over the last kind of 15 years with her, and just kind of stories about my life and stuff that makes sense to me and that's important to me. And I got to do that, and some of the songs are quite funny and some of the songs are more serious, so it's my kind of life in a nutshell.
Okay. I think that's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yes.
And pretty nice too. This is my story, you know.
Yeah, that's true though. That is probably the best way to say it. This is my story, and it's the happy Shane and the positive Shane and all that. So yeah, it's good.
Indeed. So you've got, let's see, how many do we have?
Quite a few songs there.
Yeah, and did you write most of them?
All of them, yeah.
All of them.
Well, bar the last song. The last song is a cover version of "Amaze" by Lone Star, which is myself and my wife's favourite song. I did an acoustic version over in the UK on a big radio show, and all the fans really liked it, so I put it on as a surprise at the end. So.
Oh, that's nice.
But we're going to ask you this question because, you know, the path you're taking is not entirely new. Many band members often go solo after a while. Some do well, make it, some don't.
Few make it, most don't.
I didn't want to say that.
Let's be honest.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, most fail. And it is something you do think about, but I try and put it to the back of my mind, because there's no point thinking negatively. You know, I don't know what's going to happen here, but, you know, so far so good, you know, and it's something you got to work really hard. And I think it comes down to music at the end of the day. If your music's strong enough, I think it'll do well. I think it's strong enough, but it's up to the public to decide that. You know, it's not up to me. But I'm very proud of the album, and I'm going to work very, very hard over the next couple of years to hopefully make this album a success, and hopefully I'll be one of the few that might do well.
Indeed. So, I mean, we wish you the best, of course, as you move forward. But, you know, we have to ask you, when you were part of Westlife, I think, you know, all of you are feeling ready to move on from where you were, but the fans were clearly not. And,
of course,
and
yeah.
So the question is, I mean, what's the real reason behind, you know, breaking up and deciding to...
It was basically because we felt it was time, you know, we felt every kind of amazing thing or every good thing comes to an end. And we had done 14 years as a band and 12 albums, which was a lot, you know, and I think we all kind of knew. It was probably coming for a couple of years, and we talked about it a lot, but we were all very happy with the decision, and we kind of said, look, we'll go out on top. We always said we'd go out on top. We'd never let it drag out. So, yeah, it was a brave decision. It was a decision that took probably 2 years to make it, you know, if I'm being honest, and it was a kind of a brave decision that none of us really wanted to make. But we knew it was right for the band. We knew it was right for Westlife. And we've got that amazing kind of memory and legacy now as a pop band. And you know, it's all good memories. And we're all still good friends. And we still talk all the time. And they're all wishing me luck on my stuff. And they're doing lots of TV work and different things and music as well. So it's like we went to school together for a long time, and now we're going to different colleges.
Graduated and moving.
We're off to different colleges and see what happens, you know.
But the good thing is you parted as friends. I think a lot of times groups break up on for other reasons, you know.
We did, very much so. We all, like, the day after we actually split up, we did a concert, and then the next day we went to a pub and wanted to meet up and drink pints of Guinness all day. And we literally drank all day, the four of us, and just chatted about, like, you know, the whole band and all the times we had. And you know, we have amazing memories, and we've an amazing kind of legacy, and we set lots of records and things that you could only dream of, you know. And to look back at that is it's pretty cool to look back at it all now and go, did we really do that, you know?
And I asked also because it's reassuring for fans to know that a possible reunion could take place.
You never know, it could, you know. There's no plans for it right now because, you know, I think we're all just starting off our individual lives and we don't know where we're going yet, but you know, you never say never. God knows what will happen.
Perhaps you have some advice for other young would-be singers or those who are starting out in their career, maybe not a boy band, but even going solo. What advice would you have for them?
Well, going solo, I can't give them much advice. I'm only a few months in myself, but I think in the industry in general, I think it's very hard work. It's a lot of hard work and a lot of dedication, and I think people don't realise that. You know, I think you got to put in a lot of groundwork. You got to be willing to commit, you know, practically your whole life to it. But yeah, keep your head down. Don't listen to too much hype. You know, listen to your management or record label, and they usually know what's best. And try and find your feet, and just be honest and be yourself, and follow your dreams. That's all I can say.
Shane Filan there, former lead singer of Irish boy band Westlife. Gosh, that was so long ago.
Well, not that long ago. But he was in studio to tell us about his life after the group disbanded last year, and also his debut solo album, You and Me, which is now out in stores.